Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So you have clicked on today for part 3 of the 3 in Glasses cowl. Well, technically it's part 4, maybe 5. I've lost count. But it's the third part of us actively working on the winning pattern. So if you are new here, myself and 2 of my yarny besties decided to do a crochet along. We are called the 3 in Glasses, and it is myself, Manfa's Makes, Sam, and it is Amanda, Obsessive Crochet Lady Amanda, and Rebecca from Suricata Crafts. If you are not familiar with my friends' channels, I do encourage you to go and check them out. Their links will be down in the description box. Please do give them some watch time, give them some thumbs, and yeah, just spread the yarny love, guys. That's what it's all about here at Manfa's Makes. So we decided to do the crochet along. We each picked a pattern. We asked you lovelies to vote which pattern you wanted to do, and it was Rebecca's choice that won. And they were all free patterns, but I did go and purchase the PDF of the pattern because I wanted to support the designer, and I personally like having a physical copy of the pattern in my hand. And it is the Bella Vita shawl designed by Wilma Westenberg. That is what we are aiming to make, guys. There we go. I will put a link to the free version in the description box as well. We are coming very close to the end. However, this cowl will be on our channels forevermore, so you can jump in and do this whenever you like. If you are a particularly fast crocheter and think you can get it done by the end of July, hop on board, but no pressure whatsoever. So there has been a little bit of a saga with this one for me right from the beginning. I originally picked the Hobie Universe Christmas yarn that I had on my shelf. I will show you a full cake. There it is. That is what I picked, and I did use the recommended hook, I believe. Well, I used a 4mm anyway. This is colour 24. It was one of the Universe Christmas from Hobie. And this one is 98% acrylic, 2% polyester. It is a one weight, 100 grams or 3.5 ounces, 462 meters or 505 yards. And I had 2 of these cakes. Now I will refresh the memories of you all, but what had happened was, last video we did for the 3 in Glasses, I explained to you that I hadn't quite finished both shawls. So like I said, I originally started it in this one, but I wasn't happy with the size. It didn't have a lot of drape. The fabric was a bit stiff. So I decided to go ahead and start a second one, which I preferred by going up a hook size. In fact, 2, I went up to a 5mm for the second one. I preferred how that one was working up better, but I vowed that I would continue with this one as well. The second one I do have an end goal for. It will be a hug for another wonderful yarny friend of mine. She has no idea, but she will when she receives it. I managed on the second part to get exactly where I needed to be on this Christmas one. And here it is. There we go. I showed you that I left off at the yellow one and I got down to where we needed to be for the next section. I do not enjoy this yarn, guys. It is, you can feel the metallic, so it's slightly scratchy. It's not as soft as I would like it to be. I just really wasn't feeling it, if I'm being honest. But I got this one up to date last time. Now, I have not touched this one since. I have had a couple of really, really busy weeks in my real life. There has been meetings I've needed to go to. There has been school events I've needed to attend. There has been something every single day for the past couple of weeks that I have needed to set time aside for, mostly to do with the kids. And I hope you can all appreciate that however much I love my channel and I love all of you guys, and I am fully committed to my channel and you guys and this crochet along, when it comes to the kids and real life, I have to put them first. So unfortunately, because we are wrapping up this school year, the kiddos actually break up this Friday in a couple of days' time. Crochet has had to take a major backseat for me in the past few weeks. So what I decided to do is I decided to put the Christmas one on hold this time and concentrate on the pink one. Because like I said, it has got a destination. There is somebody who will receive it. The Christmas one I don't have any intentions for, and I kind of bit off more than I could chew trying to do 2 of them, but that wasn't planned for either. It was only because I didn't like how the first one was working up, so I wanted to try a different tactic. So I just worked on the pink one. In this shawl, it is a lot of repeats. It is a lot of basic stitches, which is brilliant for beginners. It is a very mindless shawl to do, but for me, whether it's because I've been so distracted and busy in my real life, or whether I literally did just get a little bit bored with this shawl, I don't know. I won't be revisiting it once the pink one is done and the Christmas one is done, because I do still intend to finish the Christmas one. I will file that in that I've made it, but I doubt I'll make it again. And it is no criticism to Wilma Westenberg at all. It is a fabulous pattern for beginners, as I've said, and it is mindless. I think it also has to do with the fact that I'm not really a shawl person myself. I love the hugs that I have received from other people. I display them proudly on Wibbly Wobbly Wendy. I cherish them. I love them. I love receiving anyone's handmade items that they've wanted me to have. But I just wasn't feeling this pattern for some reason. And it wasn't just because it wasn't mine that won. I was happy to do any of the shawls that we put out there for us to try. But I've really struggled to get going with this one, and I really don't know what it is. It is not the pattern. The pattern is written beautifully. The stitch counts add up. There are no faults in it. It's clearly been tested. It is an absolutely fine pattern. I just myself, for whatever reason, and I think it is mostly that I get very limited crochet time at the moment, and I am very tired and spread a little bit thin. I think that has a lot to do with it. And I obviously will keep the pattern. It will go in my pattern library. You never know, I might revisit it again in the future. I might just not be in the right headspace at the moment, which is fine. That happens too. So yeah, I decided to plough on with the pink one this time round. So, confession, I am one of the hosts. It was me out of all 3 of us that set the timelines that we were going to try and stick to. And I couldn't even stick to them, guys. So we've said right from the beginning, go at your own pace. You do not have to hit the deadlines with us. We did deadlines because we're the ones that are showcasing it on our channel. And we had to schedule it in so that we had the updates when we needed them and we could wrap it up in a reasonably decent amount of time. But all 3 of us over the past couple of months, because we started this in June, all 3 of us over the last couple of months have had various bits and pieces crop up in real life that we weren't anticipating. Isn't that how life always goes? Some of us have had some real big changes to adjust to. My life has just got really, really busy the past couple of weeks. I'm not going to speak for Amanda and Rebecca. You know, they can share what they will, but just keep in mind that although, like I said, our channels are important and you guys are important, we do have to consider our, you know, real life and our wider family outside of YouTube, and that must always come first. So I'm not going to apologise because it's life. There is literally nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. Do I feel a little bit bad? Of course I do. Do I feel like I've let the side down? Yeah, a little bit. But I'm not going to apologise for putting my children and my family first, and I hope you can understand. I don't mean that in any way other than it is what it is, and I did my best, but I kind of fell short of my own goalposts. So none of us are perfect, right? And if you are going at your own pace, and if you are at a different level to what we are, then that is absolutely fine. You keep going at your pace. This is supposed to be no pressure. And that is another thing that I wanted to bring up, guys. I am realising that I am putting a real big amount of pressure on my shoulders, not only by setting these goals and deadlines, but by doing daily content, as well as working outside the home, having the 4 children and lots of other things going on. Sometimes something has to give, and unfortunately it has been my crochet time recently. It absolutely sucks. It makes me miserable when I can't crochet as much as I'd like to, but again, it is what it is. Yeah, I just thought, don't pressure yourself. Just come on and show what you did do. The folks will see that you are not perfect, that you don't try and, you know, stress yourself into completing something if you can't. And I just couldn't. And that's okay. It really is okay. That is why I'm not apologising this time around. Normally I would come on and I'd be like, I'm so sorry, I've let you down. Oh. I'm not doing that this time. I couldn't let the pressure get to me. I did what I could. And I am very hopeful that because the next time you're going to see our videos, guys, is going to be a live on my channel. It's going to be on the 29th of July, my normal live time, 4 PM after Granny D. And that is where myself, Amanda and Rebecca are planning to come up on panel and reveal the finished item, talk a little bit about how we found it, our experiences, whether it's got an end goal, that kind of thing. And then if you guys aren't interested in lives, if lives aren't your thing, that is absolutely fine. No judgment. They are a little bit, you love them or you hate them, or you're in the middle. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. That is absolutely fine. So what we are going to do is, after the live reveal on the 29th, we are going to do one final video on Wednesday, the 31st of July, to showcase our finished shawls for those of you that couldn't attend the live, so that you all get to see the end result, right? So I am fairly confident. In fact, I know that the pink one will definitely be completed by that live. I have 2 more rows. Because I was supposed to get to row 75 and then do the border, but then after looking at the pattern a little bit closer, the border is actually only 1 row. So I managed to get up to row 74 completed on the pink one. So I still have row 75 to do, and I have the border to do, but that is essentially 2 rows. So I am extremely confident that I am going to be able to get that completed before the 29th. And in the meantime, I will try and put as many rows as I can in the Christmas one, and I will show you how far I got with that one. But I do have other commitments for the channel and outside of the channel leading up to the live. So I cannot promise that the Christmas one will be completed, but it will at some point. And when it is, I will show it on a normal crochet catch-up that appear on Fridays on this channel. So let's talk about the pink one. So where we left off last time, I asked your guys' opinions of, because it was a striping cake. It started with this lovely tonal bright pink at the top. It went into a slightly more, well, just not so bright. So the top one's like bubblegum, the middle one's like a pale Barbie, and then it goes into a super pale pink. And I asked you, should I just do the striping how I started, so go back to this top colour, or do I start it continuing with the light and going down further? Now, I took your opinions seriously, and I kind of thought that I would go with the lightest and go back the other way and mirror it, and that is exactly what I did. So I reattached the lighter one and I went back down through the colours in the opposite direction. But as you can see, because the shawl is now much, much bigger, I can't even fit it all on screen. There is one end and there is the other end. And it is triangular, guys. I don't know how well I'm doing at actually showing you this. There we go. Because the rows are much longer, the stripes are a bit thinner going the other way, which is absolutely fine. But then disaster struck because I'm using a much bigger hook than the pattern recommends. I'm using my 5mm dots. And the pink yarn that I'm using is the Shawl by Knit Picks, which is a fingering weight. There's 458 yards, 100 grams. 75% fine superwash merino wool and 25% nylon. This is a much bigger hook and there was less yards than the Christmas yarn, so I did run out. So I put both of the cakes that I originally started with in, and then I was like, oh no, I'm not going to have enough to complete the shawl. So thankfully I had another colour of Shawl cakes in my stash. In fact, another 2 of this colour, and it's got a pink on the outside, it goes to slightly orange, and then it goes to a bright yellow. I decided to put the pink of these into it, so I've taken all of the pink off of one of them already, and this is all the pink I've got left of the second one, so I will be left with 2 orangey yellow scraps, lovely leftovers, whatever you want to call them, but they will be turned into something else. And I think I might just have enough pink to do row 75 and the border, but then I really will be pushing it. So I did have to get out the other 2 cakes from my stash, and that is the, oh, I'm showing you the wrong way around. That is the final pink you can see there at the bottom. You can see it's a slightly different colour. You can also see where I had to attach as well. So there is all of the pink on one of the other colourways and some of this second cake of the other colourway. So, but thank heavens I had another couple of cakes of Shawl, even if it is a slightly different colourway. It saved my bacon a little bit, because if I didn't have these 2, I would have just had to have stopped and called it done there, because I don't have very many fingering weights in my stash, let alone pink fingering. So I'm very thankful that I was gifted with 2 of this colourway and the other 2 of the other colourway. So that is where I'm at the minute, guys. It is getting very big and very lovely, but I wanted it to be big. I wanted it to be able to wrap around the person I intend, because like I said, it is going to be a hug. And I want them to be wrapped up in love from me. So there we go. That is where we're at. And like I said, no love at all on the Christmas one this time. But there is still time. There is still time to get to the end of round 75 and pop your border on. The border is just 1 round, which is absolutely fabulous. Let me just double check that, because I don't want to give you the wrong information. Because technically row 70, right, technically the border is row 75 and row 76. The main body of the pattern finishes on row 74. So I have in fact completed the main body of the shawl. I just have the 2 rows of the border to put on. And then yeah, I will come back and show you it's completed. So how are you guys getting on with it? Let me know down in the comments. Are you at the same stage? Are you going at your own pace? Have you already finished? Please do check out my community page as a community tab as well, guys, because I have the wonderful Frozen Stone, also known as Angela. She has sent me a couple of pickies of hers, as has the beautiful Faith. So Frozen Stone and Faith will be featuring on my community tab, so please go and check out their beautiful work and leave a lovely comment over there. I would really appreciate it. Any of you who are joining in, if you have completed it, please send a picture to Rebecca at Suricata Crafts. Her email is on her page, and she will include your photo in the video montage that she's going to do on her channel of everyone's completed makes. Feel free to send me, Amanda, or Rebecca your progress pictures. We love to see them. If you are not at the deadline, you know, the point in the shawl where we are, that is absolutely fine. No pressure. I didn't pressure myself, and I am not where I need to be. So no judgment, no pressure, no stress. You go at your own pace. We are aiming to wrap this up, like I said, with a reveal on my channel, 4 PM Eastern on Saturday the 29th, and there will be a final video from all three of us on Wednesday the 31st to show you our finished shawls, and I hope that you will watch all three of our channels. We would really appreciate it. We are all still trying to grow our channels and get watch hours. So yeah, I would just like to thank each and every one of you for coming over and watching today. I'd like to thank all of those that are joining in, regardless of what row they are on. Thank you so much for being good sports and showing us your support by joining in. Beautiful work from those that I have already seen. Well done. You are doing a fabulous job. I applaud each and every one of you. And for those of you who are not joining in but cheerleading us, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I'm so glad I did do this crochet along. I just bit off more than I could chew, I think, which is a learning curve in itself, and I'm not going to beat myself up about it. Like my mum says, it is what it is. So guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you for your time. I hope you like the shawl that I showed you. Please do go and check out Rebecca and Amanda's channels as well. Don't forget their links are down in the description. And I will see you very soon. But until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another. Oh, I've even forgotten my own outro. Goodness gracious, that is how stressed I am. Let's try that again. But until then, be safe, be kind, look after one another. Get some good quality time in with your loved ones and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. I think I need to go and get another brew and go to bed, guys. Love you all.